And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for our reboot, if you will. Don't call it a comeback. We didn't really go anywhere.
We've been here for months. Yeah.
We've only been gone for a month. That's a small hiatus. In the process, we had moved. Obviously, there's new scenery in the background on my end. We're getting things rearranged here on my end. Yeah, it's WrestleMania season.
Let's get hyped, man. WrestleMania season. It only comes around once a year. It's only here in April, and then it disappears until the next one. That's how a year works. WrestleMania season is in full effect. Only a couple days left.
I really wish that I could have been as excited about a month and a half ago when it was supposed to be exciting. You know what I mean?
I wish I could be as excited right now. I'm trying my best. God, WrestleMania is really, really making me work for it this year, dude. In terms of excitement, in terms of preparation and build, wow. Yeah, WrestleMania is it's been a trying game to get excited for these matches this year. I'll tell you that.
Now, what's up, Malik? Wrestling, a fan of, or not just a fan, but a friend of ours.
Hell yeah,
in the house. What's up, Malik? Hope all is well. Before we get into the nitty gritty of picking our the matches here, what do you contribute? What do you think, in your opinion? Remember, fellas, everyone that watches this is all opinions. This isn't facts. This is just how we see it. What do you think is the reason why WWE has kind of fallen face first on this WrestleMania?
So I made a little video about this a couple of days ago, and I think it comes down to two very simple things. And one of them, unfortunately, is out of WWE's control, so you can't blame them for that, and you can't hold it against them. And one of them is injuries. It was very clear, and I thought it was quite obvious that they were probably going to be doing Gunther versus Ray at WrestleMania. Obviously, Ray's come back now, but obviously, Gunther is now in a feud with Seth Rollins, and it was again very obvious that they were probably setting up Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. That was where they were going to go. Like the division, Seth got kicked out. Braun became the de facto leader. He started getting messed with by Seth, who kept coming around in the mask. Plans mess up. You can't help that. It is what it is. You got to deal with it. WWE pivoted. And for the most part, they've brought together a couple of good matches. Do they have a story behind them? No, but everyone likes a ladder match. Does it have a story behind it? No, but I wouldn't be complaining if Gunther and Seth went for 20 minutes, And the second reason is the lack of long-term storytelling. And this is where I do hold WWE accountable for it, because it feels like we've left until after the Royal Rumble to start booking for the biggest show of the year. Surprise, surprise, guys. It comes around every single time. April. It's coming. It's not like a big shock that WrestleMania is at this time of the year, okay? Again, I understand that there was injuries, but there is no reason that you can tell me why, for some reason, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes has only just started to gain momentum in the past couple of weeks, and that's not even down to those two guys. It's down to two celebrities that for some reason sticking the nose in. You can't tell me that for some reason Jade Cargill hasn't defended the title for 100 days and she's only just got an opponent because of Elimination Chamber. I think it's just crazy, the fact that she's not really been doing anything with the title. Hey, do you remember when she was fighting Jordan Grace a couple of months ago? What the hell happened to that, you know? There's so many more examples I can think of. But it mainly comes down to the lack of preparation. The past couple of years, we've seen the same thing kind of happen. But the most important, and I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but like it's a long open question what you've asked for me. The first thing that I said on this video that I made is what do WrestleMania 5, 17, 30, 40, 26 have in common? And then the answer to all those is long-term storytelling. It took Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan meant so much because the Mega Powers took over a year to explode. WrestleMania 17 was the culmination of The Rock versus Austin, and the fact that it was a big shock that after all that time, Austin sold his soul to the devil. WrestleMania 26 was Shawn Michaels trying to fight back to get one last shot at The Undertaker, or he would put his career on the line and he would retire. WrestleMania 30 was Daniel Bryan, after being called a B-plus player for years and years and years, finally winning the big one. Cody Rhodes finishing the story after 4 years of Roman Reigns ruling over WWE. All of those things, what they have in common is fans having the time to be invested in the product, and we just don't have that anymore. But I mean, at least for the past year or so, I think that's the main problem. What's happened, that as much as Triple H loves long-term storytelling, it seems that he's forgotten about that for this year's WrestleMania. Sorry for the long answer.
Oh no, you're fine. Like, and you hit the nail right on the head for the whole thing. And Jamie Rose, another friend of the show, I haven't talked to him in a minute. Says unfortunately, long-term storytelling is hard to do in today's day and age of instant gratification, and then when we do get it, it's complained about or injuries happen that prevent that. And 100%, Jamie.
I agree with that, Jamie, and like just so I can build on that for a second, it's a perfect example if you don't know what you've got until it's gone. Everyone started to complain about the Roman Reigns thing in the last year of the championship. Ignoring the fact that the Bloodline storyline, to be quite honest with you, I don't know if I'm just being biased here, but in terms of wrestling, it's probably the greatest storyline told in the past 25 years in terms of just full-on storytelling. Don't worry about the matches. I mean, I know, I understand that it was a part-time player, but in terms of the Bloodline story, people were invested in that like they were in a show. People were coming back to watch that like they were coming back to watch the favorite episode of The Boys every single week on TV. Like they wanted to know what the tribal chief was going to do next. I think
the only storyline to really touch that would be the NWO, because the NWO and Sting dynamic was so new and so innovative that you didn't know when Sting was just going to come down from the rafters with a baseball bat. You never knew what was going on. You tuned in each week to see if he was going to be sitting in the rafters. You tuned in each week to see who Hogan was going to spray paint. You didn't know what NWO was going to do. You didn't know if Dennis Rodman, if he was going to show up. You didn't know about some of these things. And that's what it was. The NWO storyline was the unknown. Roman, you just wanted to see him,
Yeah, you were invested in the characters. You just wanted to see
him because he was the icon. He was the Hogan. I mean, I hate putting that comparison together, but he was the Hogan. He was the leader, and you wanted to wait to see what he was going to do and or say. That's why they always advertised him when they wanted a big draw.
Precisely. And look at the state. Look at the state for the moment. I'm not saying everything's been terrible since the bloodline of like seemingly collapsed. However, what I will say is the MFTs are probably the best part of SmackDown still, and they should be treated with more respect. But I digress. Look what's happened in WWE since Roman's lost the title. I mean, we don't have as long-term storytelling as we used to, and I think the products have suffered for it. I really do. And yeah, we need that instant gratification as a fan base, and maybe just as a community nowadays, and that just like expands from wrestling. But it really shows that if you invest in something, if you take the risk and you just don't give the fans what they want immediately, they will come back. Like the interest is there. Like you can either have the Netflix binging, like, you know, dropping a whole entire storyline in one go, or you can go the Disney Plus route and release a TV show week by week. I know which one I would rather see, because it gives me time to speculate and talk to my friends on which one I would rather, what I want to happen and what I see is going to happen, you know? Like I think one's more interesting than the other. One gives you an instant dopamine hit. The other thing keeps you going, keeps you coming back and invested in the product.
Yeah. So let's dive into WrestleMania 42. It's in 3 days. What? 4 days now. 3 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
We're getting close, baby. Yeah.
3 days.
Real close.
And we talked about you don't know what you're missing until you're gone. My thing, this year's WrestleMania, how am I supposed to miss you if you're not gone? Just go away, John Cena. Just go away. Just go away. How are we supposed to miss something when you don't leave?
You're not a fan of Big Host John this year, no?
Come on.
I see what you mean.
All that's doing, and again, I'm not knocking John. He is one of the greatest of all time, greatest of his generation. There's no denying it, and I'm not going to sit here and try to argue with anybody about it. My thing with John is he was brought in. I'm sure he was happy, or just happier than a clam and shit, to be sitting at home watching. But all it was like in WrestleMania 9. Again, you're going to hear me say this quite a bit. I'm comparing this year's WrestleMania to 9 because there's a lot of similarities. Ticket sales way down. What do? They say, okay, we didn't have Hogan. Come on, we got to bring in Hogan, and he's going to help boost sales. What they do for this one, they brought in the Hogan of his generation. They brought in John Cena and said, all right, go sell tickets.
Yep.
And
yeah, you're right.
How are we supposed to miss you when you're not gone? And I understand that he's not wrestling. I get it, but he's still there. He's supposed to be retired. He's supposed to be gone.
Yeah, and that only happened like two months ago.
Yeah, you've been gone for what, 3 months?
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying there. Yeah, like you say, it's very obvious that he's probably going to have a couple of scenes with Danhausen.
Yes.
And it's going to be funny, and he's probably going to give someone an AA, or he's going to get cursed. I don't know. But
I think it's going to be.
No.
I think Danhausen is going to be like, I can see you, or it's going to be one of those things where they're going to do some sort of green screen effect, and Danhausen's going to be just walking through the backstage area and see a hat floating where, like the whole John Cena, you can't see me. It's going to be something goofy like that, because of course Danhausen's goofy. And before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the rare situations where Rhys and I are on completely opposite different sides of the fence. I love Danhausen. I think he's hilarious, and he's one of the best things in the business today, because he's entertaining. Rhys, on the other hand, does not. He wishes he could go away and never come back to the WWE.
Yeah. Like, do you know, like when he pretends to disappear at the end of his promos? I wish that was permanent. Yeah.
Now,
I wish he'd
here's the
fire
thing,
himself
like,
out one of them cannons.
now I'm gonna if we ever would have him on the show, I would have to leave and let him say you are cursed to you because I can't have that bad juju on me.
But I feel like I'm already cursed though, Matt. Like, I have to watch him every week, so I feel like I've been cursed since he arrived. So, I don't know what worse you could do to me.
Well, Danhausen, I'm a big Danhausen guy. I've always loved Danhausen. He's from my home state. He's from Michigan. It's just
Oh, there we go.
like
Hometown boy.
he's a hometown. He's homegrown. But he's just entertaining. He's this generation's Santino Marella.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
But so one more question before we jump in to the card itself. Night 1 and 2 is going to have matches on ESPN, and then move for us in the States. It's going to have ESPN, and then go to the ESPN app for the rest of the card.
Yeah.
What do you feel about like the WWE doing that kind of stuff to the product? Do you think it makes the first 2 matches less important? Do you like? What's your thoughts on that?
So I understand why they're doing it. From a business perspective, I think it's a good idea, really. I mean, it's kind of what AEW does in terms of, like they have like a battle royal going on, and then halfway through the battle royal, it'll transfer to the pay-per-view. So anyone who's watching the battle royal will watch to the end, you have to buy the pay-per-view. WWE are kind of doing the first 2 matches. Whetting your appetite. We'll take Ober Brock and the ladder match. That sounds good to me. You want to see the rest of the pay-per-view? Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to pay for it. Or like sign up for Netflix. I see why they're doing it from a business perspective. And to be honest, on this occasion, I also see why they're doing it from a fan perspective as well. WWE need to get some good grace back with the fans. They really need to start getting some of our I don't know how to say it. They've not really engrossed themselves with the fans lately, have they? Like like with the ticket prices going up, the merch going up, the product isn't as it of a level that I think it is. They've got to throw us a bone. So I think this is their way of doing that. Also, the ticket price thing that they've been doing. I think it's a step in the right direction. I don't think it's a full fix as to where the company is going, but I have no problem with this. As a US, I'm intrigued to know what you feel as like someone in the US, because as you say, like for me, it doesn't affect me. I have to watch all of it on Netflix. So what do you think?
See, I understand why they're doing it. It is because they're trying to bring traffic in. They're trying to say, hey, you get this, we're going to give you this first hour, and if you like what you see in this hour, come on, we got more over here on the app. I get it. But in the same regard, me as a person who has the app, to me it feels like it's taking, and being a lifelong fan, it to me by no means is in my opinion the first night, we won't give our predictions yet, but the first night, the first 2 matches are the Vision against the Usos and LA Knight.
Yeah.
And then Jacob Fatu and Drew in an unsanctioned match. By no means is Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre a pre-show style match, but I feel like the ESPN stuff, the stuff that they're giving, just almost feels like the pre-show. Like,
I can understand that. Yeah, I can see that side of it.
That's the only thing that's the only concern I have is, yes, it's part of the card, part of the main card, but it's not. It doesn't feel like it at the same time because they're giving it to you for free here. Because what does AEW do before their pay-per-view? They have 0 hour, right?
And they have 0 hour, yeah.
That's given to you before the show for free. What is WWE doing with these opening 2 matches of WrestleMania each night? They're giving it to you for free. And tomorrow, and on Sunday night, it'll be Brock Oba leading off the show on the 0 hour.
That one's wild to me. That one is wild.
That doesn't make any sense. We'll get to that one too, but I mean, is it on the main card? Yes. I understand. I can see both sides of this, but to me, it just still feels like it's a pre-show. I don't know.
Because everyone's available to watch it. No, I see what you're saying.
You might as well say, all right, we're not going to put it on. We're not going to just put it on ESPN. We're going to throw it on ESPN. We're going to throw it on ABC. We're going to throw it on the YouTube channel. We're going to throw it on anything that has Disney, because Disney owns ESPN, ABC. You know, like, we're just going to throw it on everything and just like let everyone see it for free for the first hour.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on.
Yeah, and I think if it was any other year, I don't think WWE would have done this. But obviously, because I think it's like contracts have run out, and I think it's the combination of that and the fact that they really want to do something to maybe appease the fans that are a little bit pissed off and are thinking about not watching WrestleMania.
Yeah. So night 1, we're starting our predictions. So here we go. Night 1, we got the Vision with IShowSpeed against the Usos and LA Knight. Yeah.
Oof. What a way to open WrestleMania, Jesus Christ.
You say that, I see piss break match. This should have been like the second match of the night.
Dude, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think that IShowSpeed is invested in WWE. I think the stuff that he volunteers to do is quite admirable, especially the whole getting himself thrown through a computer screen by LA Knight. I thought that was pretty dope. What he did last year at the Rumble, you can tell he's invested. Who I think should win this match isn't who I want to win this match. In a perfect world, I would actually quite like for the Vision to win this. But I honestly think LA Knight and the Usos need to, because number one, what the hell are we doing with LA Knight? I mean, I feel like I've been saying that for 2 years. And 2, the Usos, they need to get a bit of cred back, man, because I feel like something's going to happen with Jimmy and Jay over the next couple of months. I don't know if that concerns Roman or not. But if we're going to have any investment in the Usos, then it needs to start here with a victory. Maybe a screwy finish can accommodate for that, and that's why they start having problems. But as far as it goes, I think the Usos and LA Knight should win this match.
And that's my pick. I'm taking the Usos and LA Knight because I will not. Remember, IShowSpeed is cursed.
Yeah. Oh, forgot about that. Yeah. Forgot about the curse thing.
No, it's no secret. I've been totally open and transparent with my hatred for IShowSpeed. I don't like celebrities in wrestling.
Oof,
I'm not a big fan of it.
You must love this year's WrestleMania then.
It's gonna be like pulling teeth watching this year. But the thing is, okay, so I don't count Pat McAfee as a celebrity in wrestling because he has wrestled multiple matches. He did a lot in NXT. He's honed. He's a former professional athlete. He played in the NFL.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine with Pat. I show speed. Get the hell out of here. You're a streamer. That'd be like me or you going up to Triple H and be like, "It's my era of let me do it."
I can see you doing that. I can see you doing that 100%. Like I think you could take Triple H. I think you could take
that'd
Paul.
be great. Triple H and I in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Book it.
You can do like
do
the
that next year.
Mick Foley spot.
Yeah. I'll take that bump.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's broken in half. No. See, Logan Paul's different. He's clearly, I mean, shit. He was a U.S. champion. He has gone and learned, and he's no longer a celebrity in wrestling. He is a professional wrestler now. Like and I know people are gonna like go, "Oh my God, he's saying something nice about Logan Paul." No, I actually I like Logan Paul. I like he's a tremendous athlete. And he is one of, if not the best heel in the company right now, because
I agree.
he does everything. Like he could come out and give a poor a homeless person a new house, and I would still boo him because he's a dick.
He is a dick. Yeah,
he's just a dick. You boo him because he is a dick.
Dude, he is single-handedly keeping the Vision together right now. It's a very good job that Logan Paul was in the Vision, because I wouldn't give a single shit about Austin Theory at the minute.
Yeah, Austin Theory doesn't do anything for me.
No, not at the moment. Not at all. I don't know if plans with him was stifled or not, but yeah, Logan Paul's the reason why the Vision's interesting at the moment. So yeah, I agree. Like Logan Paul's carrying that faction.
See, there's two guys in that faction that, quite honestly, I'm not a fan of, and they could just go away. And they could not be part of the faction next week, and it wouldn't bother me at all. And that's Austin Theory and Bronson Reed. I'm not a Bronson Reed guy. I don't see the hype behind him.
Okay, that's fair.
He's just not my cup of tea. But it is what it is with that guy. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take the Usos because I think this is where they start their next run as like a tag team, and like get back into the tag team division, because I think our failed attempt at a main event Jey Uso spot is done. I think we need to move away from that.
I know. I'm so sad about that.
He is upper mid card Jey Uso is what he is. He's
yeah.
He's a lot like people. Oh, I called someone a theme song the other day, and Jey Uso is just a yeet. That's all he is. He's just a catchphrase.
Which is a shame, because he's really not. But that's what they've made him into. Because when he was in the Bloodline, he was like one of the most interesting parts of the Bloodline. Like his emotional journey, becoming, he was the first person indoctrinated into the Bloodline, all the way to the end where he finally stood up for himself. Like that's one of the best arcs in wrestling, in the modern era. But now they've just turned him into the Yeet guy. So hopefully with this little more badass thing that they try to do with him now, we go a little bit back to that.
Yeah, I would love to let him and Jay go back to that. I don't like using the word thug, but like going back to the
Uso Penitentiary.
Yes. Sure. See, that was my favorite variation of the Usos. I love the Uso Penitentiary.
Yeah.
That whole gimmick, they were just tough, just badass dudes. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see that again.
It's a shame. It is a shame.
The next one up is arguably probably the match. I'm looking at the rest of this match, rest of night one, And Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, I honestly think this might be able to steal the show.
Yeah, especially with the fact that it's in an unsanctioned street fight type of vibe. Like you want anyone on the roster in an unsanctioned street fight vibe? You want those two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you pick first. Who do you think's gonna win?
Now, they both deserve to win. They really do. Drew, I'm going to sound a little bit like our friend Cody. Everyone knows who Cody Cornett is. I'm going to sound just a little bit like that. You know, he's got the inside track on things. He's a smart guy. He's a smart mark. I'm going to pick based on that. I'm going to go Fatu wins because from what I understand, Drew McIntyre is going back to the UK to film Highlander, like the new Highlander film.
Right, okay.
So to have him lose and then just go away for a while to film Highlander, I think that'd be the best option. So I'm picking Fatu based on that, and it's also I want to see Jacob win because over the last since Jacob Fatu has kind of burst on the scene when he won the U.S. title, he's been like, I look at him, I'm like, all right, this dude's a bad mother. Like, I can get behind this dude. Like, the Samoan werewolf is one badass dude. So yeah, my pick's Jacob Fatu on that one.
I totally forgot about the Highlander thing. I was going to pick Fatu anyway. I think it makes more sense to the product that Fatu wins. Well, pretty much exactly what you said. I think we've not seen the best of Jacob yet.
Not even close.
Exactly. I think this is really the spring point where you can shoot him up into the upper mid card, maybe even the main event after this. I think 2026 should be a big year for Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
With Drew can afford to take the loss. He's just been WWE champion. You know, like you say, he's going to be going away for a little bit. But with Jacob, yeah, I totally agree. I think we need to start making moves with Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely. Next matchup, the match of it's Stephanie Bakure, versus Liv Morgan for the women's world championship. This storyline's been interesting.
I'm invested in this. Yeah,
this is actually like one of the ones that I'm like, okay.
And do you know why I'm invested in it? I think they've told a great story. Don't get me wrong, but the reason why I'm invested in this is because I look at Liv Morgan and I look at Stephanie and I think, God damn, those two will put on a great match. Those two are perfect for each other. Like, obviously, I've not seen them really wrestle each other. The interactions that they've had have been interesting, but the way Stephanie wrestles and the way Liv wrestles, when you give Liv like the perfect dance partner, she has great matches, and Stephanie like really suits her style. So I think this could be a weekend stealer if they give it enough time. I'm going to go with Liv Morgan on this. I think Liv Morgan takes the title. I do think that she gets help from the Judgment Day, Roxanne and Raquel, and after this, I think she starts to abuse the power in the Judgment Day, which eventually leads to the Raquel Liv match at SummerSlam. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan.
Now, it's going to sound like we're talking. We talked before this, and we have not talked before this.
No, honestly, we haven't. No, honestly,
I went Liv as well. For multiple reasons. I think it's not going to be at SummerSlam though, Rhys. It's not going to be at SummerSlam that everything goes downhill. I think in August, I want to say August is Money in the Bank.
Right.
I think Raquel wins Money in the Bank.
Okay.
It's either going to be Raquel or Roxanne winning Money in the Bank. And I think that's when stuff gets really dicey. And and I think it ends up being one of either Raquel or Roxanne cashing in on Liv when no one expected.
God damn. You know when it comes to the Judgment Day, like splitting up and breaking apart. Finally, I really think they should bring back the pay-per-view Judgment Day just for once, just so they can have the matches on there.
Didn't they have Judgment Day like when it was Priest and Rhea, when like the OG?
I
think they ran it back one time.
Did. I don't know if they did. I feel like the answer is no, but like correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyone who's in the comments or like listening, like I don't think they did, but maybe. But I feel like 100% they should bring back Judgment Day for like Raquel and Liv to have like a big match. I mean, come on,
yeah.
It's right there.
So we both had Liv for kind of the same reason.
Yeah.
And I think Stephanie's had the title for quite a while now, right? It's like
she has. She's had it. Is it since Evolution?
Yeah, since last midsummer. So she's had it.
Oh wait, no. Or was it Wrestle? It was after Naomi vacated the championship. That's when she got the championship. Just after that, so she's had it for a long time. I don't know what she does after this. It might have been WrestlePalooza, yeah. I don't know what she does after this, but she'll be fine. Stephanie has been fantastic ever since she came to WWE. Just give her the IC title or something, dude. I'd love Stephanie to have the IC title. Like, have her beat Becky or AJ for it. That'd be great. What good matches we'll have there as well. Yes, please. Yeah. Lather me in that.
Stephanie's just one of those women who can. We like to say can wrestle a mop and make the mop look like a 5-star classic in the Tokyo Dome, right?
Mm.
Stephanie's one of those women for the women's division. Like, it's just like she's just that damn good. Like,
she's very good at pivoting. She's good at pivoting as well.
Yeah.
Like I say, like she's a world champion now, but I could also buy her as like a mid-card champion, and she would lose none of her momentum. Like, you know what I mean? She could go straight back up or straight back down. Like she'd be absolutely fine either way.
And she could be a hell of a heel but she's a great face too. Like,
yeah.
So we just mentioned AJ or Becky. That is the number 4 match that they have listed here for the women's IC championship. As a Punk fan, obviously I'm an AJ Lee fan as well. This match has fallen flat for me. And I love AJ Lee.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything with this. And
they've given him like 2 segments like on the build, right? Like I feel like they've given him nothing with this.
Yeah, and that's sad too because AJ, I don't know if it's just because AJ Lee is on a different travel schedule. Like she doesn't. I don't know why that they're not building this more, or maybe it's even because we've already seen these 2 women face off. This will be their 3rd time.
Well, and that should make it more perfect. I mean, like we were saying this before, Matt, at the very start of the show, you asked me what's going on with WrestleMania this year, and I said there's no long-term storytelling. You've got one right here on a silver platter for you. This is being built since WrestlePalooza, all the way back in late 2025. And the one storyline you've got going on here in the women's division that has like a long history is this. And you choose to give it maybe 2 or 3 segments on the road to WrestleMania. Like, yeah, okay, maybe AJ Lee's schedule is different, but I'm not being funny. Surely she likes to travel with a husband. A husband's there every single week. They don't have kids, so maybe negotiate a contract where AJ Lee shows up a little bit more. Or if it's a case with Becky Lynch, I don't know. Figure it out. Figure it out. This could be like a great storyline headed into WrestleMania, but they haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, I think AJ Lee, like, I think this, I mean, obviously this is her last go around. I'm pretty sure. I think this is just her last calendar year. I think then she'll be done. But with that being said, I think Becky goes over. I think
Okay.
she get and I hate saying that because I want AJ to win. So if I end up saying Becky's gonna win and AJ comes out, I'm not gonna be upset. But I think that Becky is more of a long term person in the company. Um, I think this is, how last year I had said that Cena, his going away present was winning his 17th.
Yeah.
I think this is AJ Lee's going away gift. One last
Interesting.
WrestleMania as a champion.
Okay, that's an interesting take. I like that. I'm gonna agree with you, but for a different reason. I mean, I think Becky should go over as well, but I think looking at who the champions are on the roster, I think it makes sense for AJ to go on to have a feud with Liv while she's still in the Judgment Day. So she
Crazy
can have
versus
that help.
crazy.
Yeah, that, and also the fact that Liv is like a chicken shit heel, she needs the help to beat AJ. I think those two could have good chemistry together. You could even maybe have a tag team match, AJ and Punk versus Dom and Liv. That'd be
Oh, that'd be
cool.
fun. That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be. I think it's all there for AJ to move up to the main event with Becky. She doesn't need the world title right now, and it also wouldn't make sense her fighting Liv. So I think that AJ should go over and maybe have a bit of a rivalry with Liv for a couple of months. So
Okay.
Becky's winning the championship.
I mean, even you could also potentially have AJ Lee not necessarily lose the title. You could still have AJ lose the match, but retain the title. It's the whole. You could still have some, as I like to refer to it as fuckery. You could have some fuckery going on.
You could, yeah.
Um,
Do you know what? And I wouldn't mind that, but at the same time, I really think Becky Lynch elevated that IC title to a really cool level last year. And I also think it's some of the best work she's ever done in her career, maybe even rivaling the stuff that she did when she was the man. So I wouldn't mind another go around with Becky Lynch as the IC champ.
what if it's and again I say this with what if the fuckery ends up being I'm drawing a blank on her name now. The referee.
Jessica Carr?
Yes. What if it's Jessica Carr ends up not necessarily screwing Becky, but screwing AJ this time?
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. What, like Jessica Carr maybe becoming like a bit of a Nick Patrick referee?
Yeah.
Like in the pocket of Becky. I'd like that. That'd be an interesting little We don't get the heel referee story told enough in wrestling, I don't think.
Yeah. No, we don't.
No. We had it with Nick Patrick. I think we had it with was it Brad Maddox? I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think Brad Maddox was the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a while ago, dude. That was like 13 years ago. Which makes me feel very old saying that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, lady.
Dude.
So number 5 is one. There's one team in this fatal 4-way that I'm actually invested in because they're not generic, and that's Bailey and Lyra. I love watching these two.
Okay.
I've always been a Bailey fan. And then Lyra is just an amazing young talent, and she's just a sponge, and she's learning so much from Bailey.
She is. She is. And like the combination of her teaming with Bailey and the rivalry that she had last year with Becky, just magic that she's had over the past year.
So it's the Irresistible Forces Nia and Lash versus Charlotte and the best friends. Bailey and Lyra, and then the Bella twins. I don't have a pick for this. I know who's going to win because we're and it's dumb.
Yeah.
And it's stupid that we're gonna have the Bella twins as the champions. It's dumb.
It's so stupid.
It is. It is dumb. Let's
combine.
And I don't even want that as my pick.
No, combine these two on one singular wrestler. I can't stand either of them. One of them can't wrestle and one of them can't talk, and I'll let you decide which one I'm talking about.
Nikki's the only one that can talk.
Yeah,
she can't wrestle.
No, well, Bree's not that good at talking either, and she can't wrestle. So, Jesus, we're doomed. Yeah, I know. I do think they're gonna win. Why else are they in the fucking match? You know.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I think the Irresistible Forces should retain. I think they're a perfect tag team, and if you want to build up some monsters in the tag team division, they're like the Kane and Big Show of the women's tag division at the moment. Let them cook. Let them have their time. Let them just be the dominant heels. Let them be the skyscrapers of that women's division. But no, we're going to give it to the Bella twins because the Garcias will need to pay off some court fees, and Daniel Bryan isn't wrestling anymore, so they need the paycheck coming into the household. So they're going to give him the win. They're going to hold the title pre-mode all the way till, I don't know, some fuckery shit pay-per-view, and then they'll lose, and then hopefully they'll go away forever.
Yeah.
I hate this match. I hate it because there's three other great teams in this match, and they're not good. None of them are going to win, and it annoys me.
I am 100% again. For those of you out here thinking that we talked before this, and because we're pretty much on the same wavelength, no, we're smart.
No, yeah, I literally, I want to be wrong about quite a few of my picks heading into this WrestleMania, and this is one of them. I want to be wrong. When someone says, "I didn't get that prediction right," and I'm like, "Good." I don't want it. I want them to subvert my expectations. I don't want the fucking Bella twins in 2026 to be a champion on the roster. But that's what I think is going to happen because they love marketing, they love celebrities, and like it or not, the Bella twins are celebrities outside of the company, and that's what they love these days. And the reason why me and Matt are on the same wavelength is because I think we have the same view of wrestling, but at the same time we don't talk before this because I think a prediction show is boring if you go over your predictions before the show. What's the point?
Yeah. It'd be nice if every now and then we argue a little bit, but
So just start talking about Danhausen. We'll argue plenty, don't worry.
Danhausen will be a mid-card title by the end of the year.
No, he won't. Give him the Evolve ID Championship. I'll be fine with that.
The Cursed Championship. There we go.
Oh, give him the Greatest Royal Rumble title. Not doing anything with that lately.
Do
you know what? That would be funny. That would be funny. Just have Danhausen show up with vacated or retired championships. That would be funny.
That he finds he just stumbling around backstage and finds the 24/7 title, and he's like, "Ooh, this is nice."
Yeah, he reaches into a box and finds the fucking light heavyweight championship, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the title. This is me now." Yeah. And Adam Pearce is like, "You can't have that title," and he's like, "Oh yeah, well you are cursed." That would be funny. It'd be funnier than anything he's done so far.
So next up, we have Seth Rollins, Gunther. I have a whole rundown of why we're getting this and why Gunther will win. Because that's my pick. I'm taking Gunther.
Yeah.
Multiple reasons. I think Gunther goes out and I don't want to say I don't think it's going to be a squash, but I think Gunther I think Gunther is going to dog walk him a little bit. I think Gunther is going to beat the dog shit out of Seth Rollins, and because I think he's going to do it as a favor to Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now Gunther's thinking, okay, this is my ticket. If I take care of this for Paul, I'm gonna go and build up to SummerSlam. Say, hey, you did that. I did that for you. You're gonna do something for me. You're gonna get me versus Brock at SummerSlam, and I'm gonna retire your beast.
Yeah.
That's my mindset on this whole thing. I think that Gunther's going to go out and just beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, present him basically to Paul Heyman like, okay, I took care of your business. Now it's time to take care a little bit for me.
I completely agree. I don't know about the squash. I think Seth will put up a good fight, but I do think Gunther will convincingly win this match. And it relates to, I can't really elaborate on it because it goes into like other theories about later on the next night about the other match that's taking place in terms of Paul Heyman. I do think Gunther needs to win this match. I don't usually say needs, but I think he needs to win this for anything in the next 7 or 8 months to make sense. So yeah, I'm down. I'm with you on that. And I think Seth Rollins could afford to take the loss because let's face it, at the end of the day, he should be facing Braun Breaker, and he's not. So whenever Braun Breaker comes back, that's when Seth Rollins now needs to start being taken seriously. But as for this is just an exhibition match for Seth Rollins to get healthy, to get back in the ring, and to just put him on the card for WrestleMania so people can sell some tickets, baby.
Yeah. So next up in the main event of night 1, we have Cody Rhodes versus Orton and McAfee. If Orton loses, McAfee will leave the professional wrestling business for good. I think it's safe to say, and again, I'm playing investigative reporter. They've already kind of leaked plans for Backlash. They've already kind of, the leaked plans or the rumored plans, I guess, would be McAfee and Orton versus Rhodes and Jelly Roll. Unfortunately, I hope that's not what we get. I hope we get something completely different.
Why is Jelly Roll? I mean, I don't know if you're getting this vibe as well, but like, I mean, I really am lately. Why is Jelly Roll turning into like the Shane McMahon of this era's WWE? Like, why is he like the hard guy that can stand up to all the really tough guys in wrestling? Like, he's called Jelly Roll, for God's sake. Why is he standing up to Randy Orton and Pat McAfee? And not that I'm saying Pat McAfee's a tough guy, but he's had matches, you know. Like I don't get it. I don't understand Jelly Roll's like whole, no pun intended, role in this storyline. I don't get it.
Now, Matt actually, Matt the Duelist, just that Pat McAfee on one of his podcasts said if Randy loses, Randy will leave the WWE.
No, he won't.
Again, like, I think we're in the time of giving. I think you're going to be happy with this. I think Randy Orton wins. Just because I think you got to let him give him his flowers. We don't know how much time he's got left. Also, I think Pat McAfee as a mouthpiece is brilliant. I think you give Pat McAfee a live microphone, he's going to make magic. And we don't really know a lot about him as far as a heel. Like, people are going to boo him. Like, how is he going to react to the boos? Like, how is he going to react to being the heel? Because he's never really played that role. He's always been the fan favorite. He's always heard cheers when his music let's go. Like when people hear that, they cheer. Now when they hear it, they boo. Like what's going to be the dynamic there? That's going to be interesting going forward.
So
But I'm going to pick
here,
Randy.
and I'm with you on that, and I actually agree with what you've just said about Pat McAfee. But here's my problem with Pat. I'm not even going to hate on his mic skill or anything. I think he cut a fantastic promo on SmackDown last week. I thought it was very good. I mean, I was annoyed that he was there and that he's a part of this storyline right now. But there's no denying that I was sat there thinking, fair play, Pat. Go out. You have got that crowd in the palm of your hand. You are very good at what you do in terms of you're cutting a promo. Fantastic. It just doesn't need to be now, and I'll explain myself. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton have 20 years of heat and storytelling. We don't need Pat McAfee here. Like we don't. Legacy tells its own story. As wrestling fans, we know the relationship between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I don't need to go into that to tell you. I don't think it should have been Pat McAfee on the phone. If it had to be Pat McAfee, then I don't think it should have been anyone. And if they wanted to go down that road, I have no problem with Pat McAfee coming in and telling a story after WrestleMania. Even if you want to do a screwy finish where maybe Pat helps Randy win, and it's like a kind of Razor Ramon, like, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. And then he comes out and pretty much starts the story of what he was saying a couple of weeks ago, the night on SmackDown after WrestleMania. That just take what he's doing now, the block of what he's doing now, and just put it on the other side of Mania. I don't mind this story that they're trying to tell. Just don't do it here. I wanted a legacy storyline. I didn't need Jelly Roll. I didn't need Pat. That's another layer to come after WrestleMania. You can do that a little bit later on. It'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Like I say, Pat can hold his own on the microphone. We all know that Randy Orton's great on the microphone. I just wanted to see a bit of 2009 Randy for a little bit before we elaborated on the storyline. I don't think I'm asking for too much there. Maybe Cody Rhodes takes some time after this. God knows he needs it, because God damn it, his character is flat in the water. He does nothing for me. Absolutely nothing for me, Cody Rhodes, as of 2026. I don't care when he comes out and he's like, enough, and I'm like, no, that's enough of you. I don't want to see you anymore. Like, you just bore me. Like, you really bore me. Randy Orton can carry SmackDown with his whole shtick for a little bit. If you want to bring Cody Rhodes back later on and give him the title back, then you do that. But I just need a break from him for a little bit, please. But yeah, that's my main problem with this storyline. Put it on the other side of WrestleMania when it comes to Pat, and I would have been fine with it. But they've overcomplicated it. They've put too much ingredients in this goddamn cake, and now it's a shit sandwich. I do hope Randy Orton wins, though, because I think after WrestleMania, this is going to get interesting. I really do. But as for now, you've brought him in way too close to WrestleMania, and it's really muddied the water.
I mean, who's to say that? I mean, a little bit ago, the whole fuckery with the referee and everything. What happens if we see, I guess, a double turn, if you will? If you see Cody Rhodes turn heel and we get that, like, he completely changes everything up. What if he taps into that? But hear me out. This is another thing. Again, I don't think we're skipping over someone that is still in play that no one's really talking about. What if Kevin Owens? What if he gets involved here? What if someone along those lines sticks their nose in? Because we all know Kevin Owens doesn't have any love loss for Cody at all.
No, he doesn't. You're right.
There's multiple different people that hate Cody right now.
Personally, I think the person, if you're going to bring in a wrestler, and I would love it if it was Kevin Owens, by the way, if he's fully fit and like, you know, or he's able to do something, yeah, bring him back. That'd be cool. But you know who I think would be a great addition to whatever the hell is going on? In terms of maybe helping Cody tap into the, you know, like the darkness, what he needs to, you know, really step his game up a little bit. I think Aleister Black should be the voice. I really do. I think you squandered Karrion Kross last year. You've literally got Aleister Black doing the exact same character as Karrion Kross was doing last year. How about we just use him, please? Like, am I asking for too much there to use a talented guy to do something that would fit perfectly into this storyline? No, I'm not.
There's one other thing that I've been toying with, and it's an idea that my son and I had came up with. We were just sitting around and be like, well, who's on the phone? Like, this is during the whole phone thing. And I said, well, what happens if we're watching the match, it's unfolding, and Birthright comes out and helps Cody?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You know, Birthright plus Lexus, and you add Lexus King in the mix as well, because that gives Cody his own legacy, and you turn that into a full blown heel faction.
Yeah,
and let Cody be the one leading them.
That and you know what? I mean, that could work both ways as well. Like, not only
You
Cody,
could have
that
Randy
could work
do
for
that
good.
too.
Yeah. Like Randy could be like, "Yo, Legacy didn't work because you were in it, and you clearly didn't see my direction. I see these guys, a whole new generation of wrestlers that could sit under my learning tree and be, you know, be better than you ever was." So, it could work for both guys.
I would love to see Birthright come out and just destroy whoever they end up destroying. You know what I mean?
I think Birthright's got a lot of potential. Personally, I think Natty should be the leader of Birthright. If we're going down that road, but if they were to be a part of this main event thing, then yeah, cool, I'm down for that.
So that closes out night one, and I'm pretty sure we all, like both of us, have like the same answers.
I think it was the same. Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was a sweep on that one. Night two. Oba. It opens up with Oba versus Brock, because if Brock doesn't main event, he starts the show. We all know that's just how things roll with Brock Lesnar, and I think we've all accepted it, and it's perfectly fine. With that being said, Obafemi, if I will be bold enough to say this, and this is on our show. If Obafemi does not go over in this match, if he's looking up at the lights at the end of the match, I won't watch any more main roster WWE for the rest of the year.
I mean,
there's no reason why Brock wins. There's no reason.
No, there isn't any reason.
I'll throw all my time and effort into NXT or AEW or TNA. I will be done with main roster WWE if Oba doesn't win.
It's clear who should win here, and the reason why it's clear is because if you take Oba's legs out from under him now, with the reactions that he's getting, which, by the way, is phenomenal. And Paul Heyman was right. Everything he said on Raw was right. Like, I haven't heard this kind of reaction for a guy since, like, Brock Lesnar back in the day. I haven't seen, like, a faster rise for a guy since, like, Brock Lesnar back in the day. If you take his legs out from under him, what the hell are you doing? What on earth are you doing?
Yeah.
Now, there is an argument going around, and I'm just going to throw it out there because people are saying it, and I disagree with you entirely, and I think it's stupid if you subscribe to it, where people are saying Brock shouldn't lose a match until his retirement. And my answer to that is no. The reason why Brock should lose every match until his retirement is because it works into the storyline. If you, and this is where I'm going to bring out the Gunther thing, Gunther beats Seth Rollins at night 1 of WrestleMania, right? Brock loses to Ober night 2 of WrestleMania. Gunther turns around and says, I did you a favor. I want Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. We all know that Paul Heyman runs with the times. Whatever's fresh, he carries, he attaches himself to them person. He did it with the Big Show at Survivor Series 02. He did it with the Vision very recently. He did it with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. What makes you think he's not going to try and do that with Gunther? Come on now.
Exactly.
He's going to upgrade to Gunther. Gunther is going to destroy Brock at SummerSlam, and that's going to be Paul Heyman's new thing. Gunther doesn't need Paul Heyman, but I'd be intrigued to see if if Gunther became a Paul Heyman guy. He'd be his new monster. He'd be his new advocate.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you've got to think about Obafemi in this situation. It makes no sense for him to lose. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
No.
And it makes no sense for Brock to win. At the end of the day, who's going to be there on Raw the next night? It's going to be Obafemi. It's not going to be Brock.
Yeah.
So, Obafemi has to win. Obafemi needs to win. Obafemi should win. Yeah, Obafemi for the win for me as well.
I mean, it's like, again, we didn't talk, ladies and gentlemen, we did not talk before this. Now, the next one is the 6-pack ladder match for the IC Championship. We have Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. And why this should not be Javon Evans' time to shine is, that's my opinion. That's who I want to win, is Javon Evans. I think this would be the perfect time to do it. He, like Oba, is a fan favorite. The pops that he gets when he comes out is insane. He went blows with fucking Gunther in the King of the Ring tournament. He almost beat Gunther in the King of the Ring tournament.
Yep.
I love Javon Evans. I think Javon Evans and right now Sean is sitting, if he's watching this, sitting over there. You're fucking wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. No, it's time. I think Javon Evans is the future of the business. I think Javon Evans is amazing, and he's insanely talented, insanely athletic, and I think he deserves a title shot. And I think that he's talented enough to be a good Intercontinental Champion. So my pick for this one is Javon Evans.
It's a good pick. I understand why you would say that. I'm very tempted to pick him myself. But for the sake of the integrity of this podcast, I feel like I should go for someone else at this point. Here's a question for you, and this has been playing on my mind when I've been thinking about this match. Do you think it's too early for Penta to lose the title? Because I do a little bit.
Yes and no.
I think he's been doing great things with that championship.
I think the only other guy that would be perfect with it is Dragon Lee. I think if Dragon Lee had a title run, because he's again one of those guys like Javon Evans. He's super talented and just hasn't been given an opportunity.
Oh, dude, that match that he had with Penta a couple of weeks ago on Raw was magic. It was beautiful.
Penta, again, he's one of those guys who can wrestle a mop, and it could be a 5-star match if it was in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's either Penta or Javon Evans. I think the moment, because every WrestleMania always has that WrestleMania moment. The boyhood dream comes true for Shawn Michaels and that kind of thing. The irresistible force meets the immovable object. Hogan, Andre. You had Hogan, Warrior. You had Mega Powers explode with Hogan and Macho.
What a woman and what a man.
Yes. I knew you were going to say that. But no, I think Javon Evans is the WrestleMania moment this year. I think it gives it every WrestleMania has that, like Sami Zayn finally breaking through and beating Gunther to make him a legitimate person and not a freaking underdog anymore.
Yes. Yes.
So,
do you know what? I agree with what you're saying, but because I'm enjoying so much what Penta's doing as the champion, I'm going to go for a rare retention in a ladder match here. I'm going to say Penta retains the IC title.
Okay.
And I wouldn't hate it. I really wouldn't. I think Penta, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't even hate if Penta became like a world champion this year. I am so on the Penta train. I think he's great. I really do. I think they span his wheels all last year. They didn't really know what to do with him because he had plans for other people at the time. But like, I just think he's great, and he's just earned himself a spot on the roster, which is so hard for a masked man to do, especially when Ray is still in that company.
What if we see, and then again, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. What if we see Penta and Punk for the world title towards the end of the year?
I'd love it. Sign me the fuck up.
Okay. So that's our first non-agreement of the weekend.
Yeah.
No, the third match of the night is Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. What are they doing with Jade Cargill?
I actually don't know. I was literally about to ask you the exact same thing. Have WWE just lost faith in this woman or something? Because she 100 days or something that she hasn't defended the title or some stupid shit like that. Like I don't understand like what's going on with her. Like they've given her this faction that's come out of nowhere and doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I'm not a Jade Cargill fan, to be honest. I'm really not.
She looks like $1 million, but she can't. She looks like $1 million, but can't. I mean, okay, I've said this multiple times. It looks like $1 million, and then the bell rings.
Yeah.
You know, it's all flash, no substance. Yeah, she looks like Storm from the X-Men. Cool.
She's like the Tom McGee of the women's division. That is a deep cut right there, Freddie.
I don't know. She just, to me, like, when she came over and she looked like $1 million, like I said before, I was like, okay, you had that big Goldberg-esque run in AEW. What are you going to do here?
There's been no improvement. There's been absolutely no improvement. Nothing. They paired her with Bianca in the tag team division. She didn't improve. They took her away from Bianca, had those matches with Tiffany. Whatever. Like, there's been literally nothing in 2 years. I don't see any improvement in Jade Cargill, and I don't know if it's because she's not putting in the work, or she just is like she's reached a ceiling. I don't know. All I know is I just don't want her to be champion anymore.
I would much rather right now I would much rather see, as weird as it sounds, I would much rather see Chelsea Green as our WWE Women's Champion than Jade Cargill. I'd much rather see Tiffany Stratton have the strap back. You know, I'd much rather see Tiffany Stratton versus Rhea for the Women's Championship than Jade versus Rhea.
And the way I look at it as well, if Rhea wins this championship, there's so much more better opponents for Rhea on SmackDown at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, even one of Jade's lackeys, I'd love to see Rhea versus Meechim. I'd love to see Rhea versus Tiffany. I'd love to see Rhea versus Chelsea Green. Like you say, I'd love to see Rhea versus Jordan Grace.
Oh, that'd be...
Give me any of those matches. Rhea versus Julie.
Sign me up. Take my money.
Yeah. Like it just makes more sense for her to have the championship. I don't know what we can do with Jade. She doesn't need the championship. Just like let her be an attraction or something. Let her be like the Omos of the women's division or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, she's
You know what I mean?
She's gonna fade into oblivion. We're never gonna see her again.
Yeah, well, good. But I'm gonna pick Rhea just simply because I'm not a fan of Jade, and I don't want to see her with the title anymore. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Rhea as well. I mean, for pretty much the same reasons.
We're back on track.
This one, I think we're gonna agree to disagree. I don't know. Like, I don't want to pick either of these people in the next match.
Okay.
We have the United States Championship match. We have Sami Zayn, the champion, against Trick Willie and his Lemon Peppa Steppas.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
Oh, you don't like his Lemon Peppa Steppers? Let's go.
Oh my god, the most generic looking wrestler on the roster.
Stop it. You stop it right now. You are not allowed to say that about Trick Willie.
Okay. To me, this is the guy right here. He is nothing but a theme song. He is whoop that trick, and that's all.
Talking about his promos are fantastic. His promos are great.
Because he was a hype man. He was a hype man for Carmelo Hayes, who would wrestle circles around that guy. I think Carmelo.
Hang on. To be fair, let's be honest. Those two don't have good chemistry together whatsoever. Like, they just don't. They've had good matches with other people, but them two don't have great chemistry together, which is weird.
They're in for lack of better words, they're in a dick measuring contest when they're out there.
I mean, but like you can say that about a lot of people. Like some people who you think would have great chemistry just don't. Like, in my opinion, I don't think the Hardys have good chemistry when they wrestle each other. I don't think Kane and the Undertaker have good chemistry when they wrestle each other. There's some people, Jimmy and Jay. I'd love to see him have a couple more matches just to redeem himself.
At Mania 40, God, that was bad.
I'd like to see him have a couple more matches just to see if I'm wrong and like see if they can redeem themselves. But as for now, that they didn't have any chemistry. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams have had like 2 or 3 matches, and all of them were shite.
Here's my thing with Trick. He's a professional wrestler. Everyone else changes their gear like for pay-per-views, for whatever. And this guy, he still shows up with his all white gear and for the freaking turf tape. Like, you're not playing football, kid. You're in the wrestling business. You look like a goof.
He's got to keep his Lemon Pepper Steppers clean.
Oh my god. Would you stop? God, like, oh my god.
He's the best dressed guy.
Someone needs to put him through the barber shop window. That's what I'd like to see.
He's the best dressed guy since Noriega.
God, I mean, he just again. But I hate Sami Zayn. I hate both of these guys.
I'll make it easier for you. I'm picking Trick Williams, so you can have Sami Zayn.
Be completely honest with you, I'll pick Trick Willie to win. Like, I'll pick him to win.
No. I'm having Trick Williams. You can have Sami Zayn, good sir.
I want neither. I want it to be a no contest.
Oh no!
It would be a beautiful time for Omos to come back and beat the brakes off of both of them.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think what they should have done is have 2 ladder matches. They should have had the IC title ladder match on night 1, and have this as a ladder match on night 2, because there's a bunch of people in that SmackDown mid card at the moment that have a good gripe to take that US title. You've got Carmelo Hayes, you've got Sami Zayn, you've got Trick, you've got Ilya Dragunov. You've got a bunch of people. I'd
rather see Ilja with the. I'd rather see Ilja as the US title. To be honest with you.
I'd rather see Mello. I don't know why they ever took the title off him in the first place. Stupid.
Well, on to match 5, the semi-main, we have a Dominic Mysterio versus Demon Finn Balor. The Demon has returned. Thank God.
I am looking forward to this match a lot. I am muchly looking forward to this. Is that a word?
Yes.
I don't care.
Yes. Yes.
Who have you got for this match, my friend?
I got Finn Balor going over because
It has to be, doesn't it?
it has to be. Because, well, the only thing is, didn't he lose as the Demon to Edge in that Hell in a Cell?
Yeah. And after that, I remember turning around to my friend and saying, I never want to see the Demon ever again. Because that had been like the third time that he lost as the Demon. I was like, what's the fucking point of wrestling as the Demon if all you do is lose? Like what's the difference between Finn Balor and the Demon if both of them lose? I don't get it. So I was like, I never want to see the Demon ever again.
Okay, so Matt the Duelist has asked. I gotta go back because I'm doing picks in his Discord.
Okay.
He said, "Who did you pick, Matt? Trick or Sammy?" LOL.
I think he picked Sammy. You know, I think that's what he said.
I don't want Sammy as the champion. I don't. So because
Right, so
I have to pick somebody, I'm going to take Trick Williams because I hate Sammy more than I do Trick Williams.
I'm going to do a Hulk Hogan thing. I mean, that sounds like a Trick Williams endorsement to me. With his lemon pepper
that's just me putting it's gun to head.
Lemon
gun to head,
pepper,
man.
Lemon pepper mania, baby.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Wrestle.
My dad used to cook with lemon pepper. Does that? I mean,
yeah, that counts. Was your dad Trick Williams? That's cool, man.
Oh my god. See, my dad, and this is a call out to just kind of a tribute to my dad was a huge wrestling fan. Big Stone Cold Steve Austin guy. He loves Stone Cold. What? My dad, I can guarantee, would say, "My God, what is that guy wearing?" When he would come out in like that fur coat of his. I'm sure that's the first thing my dad would say. What the hell is that? What the hell is this guy wearing?
Yeah, but your dad might have appreciated him because, you know, like that he comes out styling and profiling like Ric Flair, baby.
No. Ric Flair's robes were 1,000 times better than Trick Williams.
Nah, you know, same conversation. Ric Flair, Trick Williams, you know.
No, stop it. Just stop it. Would you stop?
With a tear in my eye, Trick Williams is just as good as Ric Flair.
With a tear in my eye. And no, Duelist, it is not Whoop That Double T.
It's Whoop That Era, baby. It's the Whoop That Era.
But yeah, I'm going Demon. Demon Finn Balor wins that one.
It just has to be. I just don't understand
if they don't. This is my reasoning is if they don't put Finn over as the Demon, they're burying Finn Balor as a whole.
As if he wasn't buried as enough as it is. Like Finn Balor might as well leave the company.
This is the final blow. This is him. Like he's gonna fade into oblivion. He's gonna be Omos in a year.
You know, Finn Balor hasn't won a pay-per-view match in over 2 years.
Perfect reason to have him win.
Insane, right?
So the final match. Look
Here we
in
go.
my eyes. What do you see?
Oh,
the guy who's probably going to lose to Roman Reigns. That's I am a Punk fan through and through. I am scared to death for this match.
You know what he's going to be seeing? The lights, baby, because he's going to be looking up at him at the end of the night. Because the tribal chief is going to snap his fingers, and the world title is going to be on his shoulder.
No, because he's just a bucktooth nepo baby. Who weird old man fed him dog food.
We don't need that hillbilly, dog loving Philly Phil as our world champion anymore, baby. We need the tribal chief. We need to bring WWE back to what it once was. We need to bring it back to the heights of 2020 onwards to 2024. We need WWE back in the limelight. And who's the perfect person to do that? The OTC, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm rooting for Punk. Something fierce. I really want to see him win. But the thing is, I just know that there's more for it. Okay, so here's my big thing with the World Heavyweight Championship is supposed to be the workhorse champion between the two.
Exactly. Yeah.
My only thing with Roman, if he does win, we're not going to see the championship. We're not going to see the champion each week. And that's my only gripe about it, because unless they turn Orton into the guy who we see each week, and that turns into the showpiece, if you will.
I mean, in all fairness, like Randy Orton has been showing up most weeks, so I mean they might be doing that. Yeah. And to be fair, Roman Reigns has showed up quite a lot in the build up to WrestleMania.
I mean, he's getting quite a handsome paycheck to do so, more than likely. But
hey, you can't say that. You would be the same if you was in his position.
Now, hold on. Before this gets too crazy, and I'm gonna mention something. See if I have it right here. Oh, I didn't wear it this week. Oh no, it's right here. I do have this. I do have a Bloodline T-shirt.
Yeah.
I am a Bloodline fan. I'm not dumb. But I've been a Punk guy since SDS. He's always been one of my guys. Fire Burns, one of the greatest theme songs of all time. But that being said, and it pains me, it kills a little bit of part of me inside. I think who I want to win and who's going to win are two different things.
Okay.
And I hope I'm wrong by saying that. I hope my guy who I want to win wins. I want CM Punk, but Roman Reigns is going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I want Roman Reigns to win, and I think he is going to win.
I mean, it's. I'm not stupid when it comes to this stuff.
I like my Roman Reigns how I like how Americans like their presidents. Like 4 more years, baby. 4 more years.
Please no. Please no.
Give him that title. 4 more years. That's what we need. World title run until 2030.
No, he's gonna have his title run until SummerSlam when Oba beats him for it.
I agree. I will be fine with that. I think that's great.
I truly believe like that. That's the only reason I'm taking Roman, is because it only makes sense for him to take it off of Punk, let Punk do what Punk does, and help elevate talent. Because you can't tell me he hasn't helped elevate these younger like.
No, yeah. Yeah,
he does a great job. Like, he's a great locker room guy. He is now, anyway. He's now a really good locker room guy in the right setting. Because he's in a professional setting and not over in the indies on AEW.
Yeah.
But I truly think that with him losing the title, he can like Brock Lesnar, for example. Brock doesn't need to win; he'll survive without it.
100%.
Punk doesn't need to win at Mania.
No, and he'll just be happy that he's in the main event. Dude.
Exactly, the actual main event this year, like the last match of the weekend.
Yeah, and he'll kill it, and they'll both have a great match. They'll tell some great stories in the ring, like, and it'll be great. I think this will be fantastic. This will be like this feels like a Bret Hart Diesel type match. I think it'll be.
Yeah, I definitely see that. But yeah, Roman's gonna win, and I think he's gonna end up carrying that title until SummerSlam, where Oba is gonna be like, "All right, now it's my time."
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of that, and all of that makes me happy.
And I think Punk can go, and I mean maybe Punk goes and says, "All right, Penta, you and me now. I want the IC championship."
Again, I am totally everything that you're saying right now. Take my money. I'll join Club WWE for that shit.
The only way that Punk, the only person that would be perfect for Punk next, if he does retain, and it's both physically and like verbally, like as far as mic skills and promos are concerned, the only other person that Punk would be able to do anything with on the main stage would be LA Knight. I think LA Knight and Punk, great storytelling. They're both great on the mic. They're perfect promos. And I think their styles in ring would be magic together as well. But
do you know what? I'd want to see that feud anyway, even without the title. Do that for me. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's something for both of them to do, like for a couple of months. I wouldn't mind seeing LA Knight and Punk go jab for jab.
I mean, these are all just like ideas as a Punk fan that I was like, all right, so who's next for Punk? Like, Seth's got his stuff going with the Vision. Like, who's next if Roman, if he beats Roman, who's next for him? And I don't see anybody. Like, I don't see anybody on that roster that has any, not necessarily any issues with Punk, but if I don't think there's anyone in his class. I think right now the two biggest draws in the business are going at it at the right time, because Punk and Roman are the top two dogs.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And right now there's no one else on either of the rosters, in my opinion, that has that star power.
Literally, the only person who I can think of is Randy, because Cody Rhodes has taken a step down, in my opinion. Jacob Fatu is on the precipice of being there.
Yeah.
I think that maybe, obviously, Obafemi is going to be there by the time we get to SummerSlam. But eventually, Roman Reigns is leaving. And I don't know when that's going to be, but it's probably going to be sooner rather than later. And there is going to be a massive gaping hole the size of Obafemi that needs to fill that spot. And I think Oba is the guy to do it.
Yeah, I think Oba ends up, like I said, this is the perfect spot to say, all right, Punk, thank you. This was your title for a while. We're going to let you have it. Now we got to move to the next phase, which is Obafemi.
Yeah. Build for the future.
Yeah.
Build for the future and give me some long-term storytelling. Going all the way back to the start of this video, Matt, like, I just want some long-term storytelling.
And I think we're going to start. I think we're going to start getting that after Mania. Unfortunately, we didn't get into WrestleMania, but I think after Mania we're going to see a lot of stuff start to shake out, and then we're going to have a clear path going towards SummerSlam.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree with that.
So,
but yeah,
it's good to be back.
It does.
We're at the hour and a half mark. This is a solid hour and 30 minutes talking with you.
Been nice. It's good. It's been good to talk about WrestleMania, man. It's got me a little bit more in the mood for the biggest show of the year, the Showcase of the Immortals. We're going to be having some good matches on there, regardless of long-term booking. I feel like that's like the phrase of the podcast this week. But I'm going to be excited for it. I definitely think night 2 is stronger than night 1 in terms of what we're going to be seeing. But I am interested to see some of these results, and more so. I'm actually more interested to see what the lay of the land is going to be after WrestleMania this year, rather than the show itself.
Yeah. So before we head off, I want to say thank you to Malik. Thank you to Matt the Duelist. Thank you to John.
Your friend Jamie come in as well?
Oh, yeah, Jamie Rose. Always great to see him. John's Studio Studies.
Shout out to John. Shout out to John.
And then who else? We had a couple people at the beginning that I chose not to. Olivia Love and Levi Torongo. I probably butchered your names, but you were saying if there's any chuds in the building. So
any what now?
Chuds, CHUDS.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna say yes.
Yes, by all means, we're a bunch of them. Just a whole bunch of us. But again, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for being amazing and coming out and supporting us for the last an hour and a half. And we will definitely be back next Wednesday. It'll be Wednesdays going forward. So Blood Feud Radio will be every Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7:30 over in the UK.
Yeah.
And again, guys, it'll be we're going to be back next week. Typically, we do lists. Next week, we will be kind of giving our a list after we run down what we thought WrestleMania was about. And then we'll figure out from there what list we're going to do next. But I got a couple in the vault, a couple in the chamber ready to go. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to all of it, man. I'm looking forward to it, and to be honest, like I quite like doing this thoughts and predictions on pay-per-views as well. So if at any point you want to bring any of those questions up in the comments, if you want to join us for the recap of WrestleMania, make sure you be there. Make sure I want to hear what you guys have got to say. And at the end of the day, we do this because we love the graps. So like, love it or hate it, we're invested in it. So let's go.
Absolutely. And just a quick program note on Friday, this coming Friday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will be talking with NFL draft hopeful from Central Michigan University, edge rusher, defensive end, Michael Heldman. He will be on the show. He is an absolute gem of a human being and an amazing football player as well. So if you love American football, stop in 4:30 Eastern Standard Time and check us out. So until next time, fire us, you fucking mark.